Hello, Narnach here. Welcome back to Path of Exile. We are playing in the Incursion League. As a solo self-found Arc Trap Saboteur, we find ourselves in the prisoner's gate. And we're looking for Abberath. And of course also for Alva. We'll just pretend I didn't forget about, hey, Inferno Bolt, that's a new mod. Though I think the enemy died too quickly to see exactly what an Inferno Bolt does. But I'm sure we will have multiple locations to check that out. Oop. So, gone it is. Alva, what do you have for me? Ooh, Trap Workshop. So we're gonna upgrade it. I'm not entirely sure if that's a wise thing, but we're gonna do it nonetheless. And after that I'm going to connect it to the apex of Azorado. So that's the all the way on the left top side. Let's see how this works out. Traps all over the place. Traps as far as the eye can see. A trap. I'm a trapper, so I guess thematically it is appropriate. It's just a little awkward for movement. Oh, there's enemies in the back there. No, they're not. So far, no stones. Do hope it's not going to be one of those apps where the stone is going to be on the last one that I just happened to bypass, and indeed it is not. So the apex is now connected and all the monsters lie dead. So time to exit this place. So now we got two ways of connecting it. If we either connect it directly or the temple another time, then we have access to the apex. But we have the explosives room, so we are saved no matter what we do. I'm very happy about that. All the items we picked up last time, nothing in there was actually interesting or helpful, unfortunately. Wait, that was the door forward. We still need to find Abberath. So there will be some running. There will be some searching. But in the end, the goat god will die. And there we are. Valley of the Fire Drinker. Okay. Just tanking the fire guards might not be the best of ideas. Okay, and then it is time to leave. Just throw some traps about, goats will die. And of course my flasks have been totally refilled. Thank you, goaties. Okay, bear trap, siphon trap. I don't quite like where this is going with all the firestorm things, but it's not like the damage here is severe. And that is yet another god less. Mana regen on, or mana steal on hits, that's not a great thing. Oh yeah, Pantheon. So what's the next thing? Reduced fire damage taken while moving. I move a lot. Reduced effect of burning ground. Well, I'm ignite immune, I'm burn immune, so I don't think this is gonna, or I'm ignite immune, not burn immune, but I think it's not all that relevant, so let's just stick with Tukahama for now. Oh, my golem, however, was not so lucky as I was. And of course, we are quite done here. Oh, strongbox, trap hit, idiot, 3% quantity. My oh my, what a luxurious amount of quality. Let's see, this is where Alpha was, and there is the exit. So, one got down, quite a bunch more to go. Next goal, Ryslatha. So, given the pace that we're advancing at, we might actually end up heading after the Breaking as well. Maybe, maybe not. We'll just have to see. So this place is just no one that we are gonna travel through. There is an Alpha here. She made herself known. Okay, Cloister. Monster speed and currency. I did like the currency. But I'm not quite sure if we ever maxed out the monster speed. We only have the traps to really max out, so we might still have an opportunity to max this. And of course connecting it, so if we connect the top left, or the left top one, then we have a way through without having to rely on the explosives room, which is helpful. And increasing speed could be fun. So let's do that, speed and then away to the top left top. Because top left is also a thing. Okay, there you go. Bad trap, Vaal trap. Gone you are. Okay, lots of blues and yellows here. Maybe one of them has a stone. You do have a stone. Marvelous. Temple Defense Workshop. Okay, and got some bonus kills, but it's not quite enough. Did, however, connect everything together, which is what I'm, of course, most happy about. Lantador lost his love again. That's gonna happen a couple more times in this general vicinity. It's a very, very common card. And I'm just not gonna inventory Tetris, we're just gonna get rid of all the items. So heavy belt, let's just put it in the here to remind myself of that. I want to see what we can craft out of that. Not just randomly alking it and just hoping for the best. Nothing truly fancy. And here we just keep following the road as we've been doing in other places as well. It's the actually, yeah, the Western Forest, we still need to move one forward to get to the Riverlands, which will connect us to Ryslatha. And look at that, one exit. I mean, there's no more spiders, there's nothing really interesting to do with the camp of Nissa. Oh wait, there was something about the waiter's proclamation in the previous area. That's a good reminder to myself, just to double check the proclamation. I think if you read it, something could happen. I seem to just, I've read it somewhere, but I'm not entirely sure of it. So let's just do some real-time double checking of if I remembered it correctly. So this is where the path leads to the witches' camp. I think that's also generally the side with the proclamation. Defiled proclamation. You activate it and look at that, defiled proclamation. It actually comes alive and ooh, look at that. It is rather painful. That slam hurts quite a bit. Defiled proclamation. It was part of an achievement. I remembered it correctly. I'm always happy when that happens. A bunch of spiders. Okay. Might as well just jump back to town. And then take the waypoint. And then we can go back to the river waste. It's a very, very small detour. But it helped kill something off of the list, which is always good. So next goal. The Chaos Goddess. Or the Poison Goddess, that's maybe a better way of putting it. The Lady of Parasites. That lightning, it really does zap nicely around the place. Nice thing about parasites is they have virtually no life. So even if they're blue, they're still gonna die in just one single shot. Another alpha, ooh, explosives room. Haven't ever actually upgraded it, so I'm happy with that. And if need be, on the left side is an extra chasm. Okay, let's do this. Don't strictly need the explosives, but since we haven't actually upgraded it to the max yet, might as well try. Who knows, I might be successful with that. Okay, that is 18 seconds on the clock, and we got ourselves passage. So this one is now fully unlocked. Only one more reason to go here, and that is to max it out. I hope the alpha room picking RNG will be lucky and helpful. Also, it looks like I killed everybody, so time to move out. Nice. So demo lab connected with the chasm, so that's just nice for moving around. A bubble. I'm always happy with bubbles. Some gloves, some greaves, and a whole bag full of stuff. Nothing to fill out. Oh, more greaves. Yep, good. Now we're full. So Pestle has a reward for me. Totally forgot what exactly it was for, but hey, if he's got a reward for me, it was for Abberath. Well, not gonna turn that one down. So last episode we completed Celerity, or the last time at least. So next up is gonna be Thick Skin. There's a nice chunk of life here, including a little bit more dex on this way. And taking out Ryslatha is gonna grant us another point. There's a good chance we're gonna level really soon, so that's gonna be another point. So the progress is still very nice and on track, and look at that. Spawning grounds. So I've got a very high amount of life regeneration that should counteract most of the poison here. And outside of that, let's try to not get hit too much. I mean, I don't really have strong poison resistance. Don't have it bad either, but it's not strong either. And I have no poison removal. As long as it doesn't stack too much, it should be fine. Hello there, Ryslatha. So getting some bad traps out, getting some other traps out. All the parasites are great for just triggering traps. See, arc trap, regular trap. Just throwing traps, I'm just totally tanking this. As long as I got mana, I got life regen. And there we go. Yeah, this feels like cheating. It's kind of nice when it feels like cheating, to be honest. Either way, hello there, Sin. And this is the life flask regen thingamabob. We don't really rely on them. So we're gonna skip those as well. So then there's a couple more items. And then we have ourselves a Tarkly that wants to have a chat. Yep, that is you, and then a bit more life. And that is 1800 plus. Well, looking at the timer, we're not even 15 minutes into the episode, so I might as well just push forward. Because no, we're doing pretty well, and also I'm getting quite over leveled here. 6 levels above the content, that's more than enough. So just keep following the road, and then at some point you gotta bend over to one side. Because the folks in town are not quite happy with to see me. Oh yeah, also there's an animal pack. Some people dressed up as animals. Who are a pack. And they're guarding the entrance into town, where you're not quite happy because they shoot arrows at you. Ungrateful bandits. So luckily we do remember that there was an entrance into the southern forest, which we will now take. A little bit more life, 1865. Feral Lord 1, that's another prophecy. Destroy the Feral Lord's animals, which are nicely marked on the mini-map. Very convenient. Decoy Totem, yeah, that one is strength bound, that's gonna be a while still. So with the prophecy we probably have to end up doing mostly a full clear. The Act 2 version is much easier to clear, it's always a little smaller. Let's see. Just throw a bunch of traps in and it is gonna be okay. So I think I'll just try and stick to the left hand side as much as possible, and of course doing as much as of a full clear of the area as possible. The southern forest is comprised basically of just very large rooms, so to say, connected with small bridges. If you clear one room before you move on to the next one, then you should not have too much backtracking going on. So an alpha here.
Chaos Orb.
Ooh, Chaos Orb. I like those. Chasm, what is it upgrading into? Life of the Omnotect and item yield, that's always nice. And minions. I think I do like life and yield. Anything to connect? It doesn't really matter since everything is already connected. Just take out the bozos here. Re-summon my golem since it is a little bit disheveled. And then we have ourselves a lord here. Hello, Architect of the Swarm. I don't like that purple. Just kill you in time, and then there's no problem with purple. Okay, still no stone. Technically we're not here for stone. Stone could be helpful, but it's not mandatory. Okay, and of course this is the door that already had it. So we're not really getting too much out of it. But still, we now have ourselves a workshop. And life is pretty good. Yeah. Kill more of the blue enemies here. Echoes of the Feral Lord. That was a whetstone. Even more enemies to kill. Ooh, Vaal Arc went up, that is nice. 646 damage per hit. See, another Lentadors. It is indeed rather common. Okay, so that is a dead end, isn't it? Just double checking before I make assumptions. Indeed, it's a dead end. So I've now cleared all the rooms leading up to here. So we can just move forward. Hmm, 20% item. Well, don't mind if I just take that one along. There should be a way to just Tetris this. Shouldn't there? Wait, there shouldn't. There's a space, but there's not enough space for another item like that. But luckily, we can just empty things quickly and then we move forward again. I said pick that one up. Yes. Good character. Okay, next room. Or it's a bit of a sorry excuse for a room. Slowly getting to the point where I'm gonna expect the boss to a show. This might be the very last of the rooms. Boss is the big gorilla chieftain with a big parasite. In the previous league bestiary, of course, you had to capture both of them at least once. You couldn't do that in a single go, so you always had to return here at least once to capture the different stages of that boss. Luckily, we no longer need our nets. And we no longer capture things. I must say, I've mostly just gotten rid of the muscle memory. Hello there, Hollow Skull. This is the boss I was talking about. And it is dead. And so is the encephalophage. Okay, this is a rather large, very large room. It's a side thing here. Also, there was a bit to the top there. I expected that to be the way forward. Now I'm no longer that sure. So I just continue to the bottom of this very room and then just trace back via the outsides. There's a waypoint, so that is the exit. So at least that is good. Now all we need to do is just trace down the last of the echoes and complete the prophecy. Because then we can move on to the next stage, rather than remaining stuck on this stage. Because that would be just a bit of a waste of prophecies. Let's clear the top out first, because I think it's just a dead end, just looking at the outlines. Actually, not entirely. Oh, now we're done. Oh wait, of course, this leads to the other side of that. But we are done here, that is good. We already tagged the waypoint, so what we can do is just empty pockets and then move forward. And that is the southern forest. So we can go through the caves and then I think we'll have to see where we end up. Hello there, goodbye. This area has no real goals. There's a boss in here, just like most of every area has a boss in here. And of course there is Alpha. Okay, dead end. Ooh, hello, a crab. There is no more crab. Yeah, okay, so something crossed out, but that's just Nessa. Oh, an abyss. That's also, and there's a boss here. Okay, just put up a decoy totem, kill the boss. Don't lose too much sleep over it. Also, that item is too large. Next, let's try ourselves a abyss. This is going to be potentially very, very hectic. On the other hand, I've got an insane amount of life regen. So that might compensate to quite a nice degree. And of course we end up with... ta-da! Some special hypnotic eyes. Critical strike multiplier if you've killed recently. And... bit of attack speed, bit of mana. Damage to claw attacks and increased armor if you haven't killed recently. Well, 30% added to 0 is still 0. Which is to say, it's not quite helpful for this armorless builds. Armor workshop. Okay, we can connect that to anything. Getting more armor at the expense of monster life is perfectly fine with me. Cool. Ooh. Hey, you Soul Eater. Nasty enemies. Nasty enemies. So enemies like that are why you really do want to try to not tank them too much. Since they can hurt. And if they hurt, it's just not good. This is not a build that damage mitigates a lot. Okay. Well, to a certain degree, of course, I can, but I really shouldn't. It's the struggle of a evasion-based build.
An orb of immense power.
Wait. Maybe this was the one connection that was not perfect? We'll see. Could be that I actually have to head to the boss room and then from the boss room have to head back in order to go there. But we have one explosive, so we can just get there from another room. In the end, not that big of a deal. And then we do it like that, and then we move forward. So level 49, I'm 55, still 6 ahead. It's a nice point to call it the end of an episode here. Just after 25 minutes. So next episode, we're gonna go after the Brine King. And then we can make a nice start on Act 7. For now though, I'm gonna thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you again next episode. Bye bye.